Hi, this is Rifi, and I want to ask you to spare a minute or two of your time because I would like to speak for a second about the commemoration of Navid Afkari, the Iranian wrestler who has been recently executed in Iran. And the thing is that the governmental news agency Tasnim is spreading a video uncovering the horrible truth about Navid Afkari, that he is a murderer, that he has killed a security guard, Hassan Turkman, during the riots of 2018. And I have a few things to comment about that. First of all, Navid Afkari's trial has been so flawed, and there are evidence that he wasn't even present at the location of the murder. That is one thing. So many Iranians are referring to him as an innocent person who has been executed. And they are saying that his confession has been obtained by torture and that the regime has killed over 5,000 protesters since then. That is one thing. And even assuming that Navid Afkari is guilty, he did not attack an armed civilian. And as a person who grew up and lives in a conflict zone, unfortunately, there are clashes with armed forces and people do get killed, and sometimes it is self-defense, and sometimes this is legitimate part of resistance. The Palestinian people do it, Iraqi people do it, and maybe he should be spending time in prison for assaulting a security guard and getting him killed, worst case scenario. But I am pretty sure he should not be executed for that, because people who confront and armed forces do knowingly take the risk, and it's part of their job, and they themselves pose danger to protesters, not to say imminent risk. We do not usually sentence people who attack soldiers to death in Israel. They are sometimes being summarily executed on ground, but they are not being sentenced to execution. And I do not think that, even if worst case scenario is true, and I am deeply sorry for the death of a person, that person Hassan Turkman, but first of all, his family was willing to forgive Navid Afkari, his family. And also, I think every person who chooses to bear arms against his own people is unfortunately risking his own life and is on the wrong side of history. And I really hope there will be no more bloodshed, but to have no bloodshed, we need to not bear arms against peaceful protesters. Salam bar Iran, salam from Quds.